Hello and welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another Premier League video. Now today I'm going to do the opposite to what each club needs to buy. I'm going to go to what each club needs to sell in terms of a player or a couple of players, possibly even loan a couple of players out. Could be that they need to sell them or get rid of them for their experience, for their careers, for their wage budget, they're not needed, for the fact they're not playing, or simply for the fact they're a good player, could get the money from them now instead of later on in the line them not living up to what they could be. So without further ado, can we get 15 likes on this video? We've smashed it out the park on the latest ones once again. I'm thankful as always. We're one subscriber away from the monthly target, which is phenomenal to me. Please, 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 it's free. If you're here, subscribe. It means so much to me and my goals. I want to start live streaming football games of Pompey, not streaming them, but watch along, so I'll be watching the game and talking you through it. But I can't do that until I hit 1,000. Please, don't forget to subscribe. It's obviously free as long as you have a Google account. Just click down below on subscribe. It means so much to me. But without further ado, we'll get into the league. We're going to do it just as we did last time, from 20th to 1st position. Starting off obviously with the team that lost again today, 3-1 to Spurs. That is of course Sheffield United. Now Sheffield United need everything they can get to stay up. So in my opinion, I'm getting rid of a player that never plays. I didn't even know he was there. I don't even know if he is. It's Jack Rodwell. He was the same at Blackburn, never played but got all his wages. He definitely was a good player at a point, but if he's not being used, get rid of him. I've got Lewis as well. He sent me in some players he thinks they should get rid of Foderingham, the goalkeeper. So he's an older goalkeeper, not playing again. They've got keepers they need, fair enough. Jack Rodwell's obviously a midfielder / defender, 29 years of age. I don't think they need him. We'll move into 19th position now. I'm going to get through these a bit quicker because I know last week's video is near on 20 minutes long, which not only takes me ages to edit, which I don't mind doing, because as long as it's the content there for you, but I don't really want to make it so you have to sit through 23 minutes of content. As much as you might like it, I'd rather have a bit of a shorter video so you can just quickly watch it while you're having your dinner or while you're playing games, listen to it in the side. Well, West Brom in 19th position. They've got a player, a striker, who I think I need to get rid of. His name's Kenneth Zohore. He's 26 years of age. He plays more of a centre forward. He's played 6 games all season, scoring 1 goal. Don't think they need him. They do need people to bang the goals in, but of the strikers they've got, he's not Premier League level at all. I think if they sell him for however much you think they can get for him, 2 million, maybe 3 million, get another striker in that could bang them some goals in, keep them up in the Premier League. I think Big Sam's doing a decent job at the minute. They're in a bit alright form for where they are, but I reckon they should get rid of Kenneth Zohore. Now we move on to the last team in the relegation places. That is Fulham. Now this player, I didn't even realise he was still at the club. He was with the club when they were in the Premier League the last time. Didn't know he was still there now. That is Jean-Michel Seri. Now Seri is a central midfielder / CDM. He's only had 2 appearances this season so far. He's 29 years of age, so he's getting on a little bit. Obviously this could be a peak of his career, but not playing. I think for the purpose of his career and the club, they should just get him out the exit door, sell him, even if it is just a loan deal for now. I think he was on loan at Galatasaray last season. Probably enjoyed it there. I think he played quite a lot for them. Whether he gets a permanent deal to them, whether he just kind of gets contract ended or he gets loaned out there again, I just think he needs to leave the club. Now we move out of the relegation zone to a club I didn't realise we're anywhere near it. That's Burnley. I thought Burnley were pushing on for mid-table, possibly higher, but they've got back-to-back losses now, I believe, in the league. But they've got a player here. Once again, he's another striker from bottom clubs. I'm nicking all their strikers and telling them to leave. But he's another striker that's not scoring, not playing. That is Matej Vydra. Now, Vydra has only played 214 minutes all season, which isn't good for someone at 28 years old, striker. He should be near his peak then. He's not playing, he's not scoring. I think for his career and for the club, I reckon they should just get him out the exit door, say goodbye. Lewis has gone for someone who's a bit older. He's gone for Bardsley. He thinks he's going to retire, so he thinks that'll be the player that'll be leaving. I think Vydra, for the purpose of the club, the player, I think it's a win-win for all parties if they can get him gone, possibly to a championship club, maybe even a club like Derby under Rooney. Now we move up to a club on the south coast, in Brighton, just about staying out the relegation zone at the moment. Now this player, I'm not saying to sell him because of quality whatsoever. He's definitely got potential. That's Alexis Mac Allister. Now I think he's an international nearly for Australia or someone. Don't quote me on that, I'm not really sure. But he's 22 years of age. He's a centre forward. He scored against Pompey in the Carabao Cup this season. But he's only played 282 Premier League minutes. All of those coming off the bench, I believe. I think for his career it'd be better if he could just see the exit door, whether that be a loan deal. Obviously he could get loaned to the Championship, maybe even the French League, just somewhere, get his career back on, well, not back on track, but get his career, get some confidence into him, get his career on track to where he wants to be. And Lewis has come in and said Matt Ryan, he thinks he'll be leaving anyway, but Matt Ryan's a player I don't think they need to sell. I don't think they'll want to sell, but Lewis has said there's some interest in him, so whether he'll leave I can't say, but Lewis has seen something clearly. Now we move on to the clubs where I'd say they're nearly out of the relegation battle. This club, though, are dropping massively. They want their manager sacked. That's, of course, Newcastle United. Now, I've gone for a player that's got so much potential in him. He came from Bournemouth a couple of years ago. You may know who he is. That's Ryan Fraser. Obviously, Matt Ritchie came as well, but I'm going for Ryan Fraser. He's 26 years of age. He's predominantly a left winger, but he's not playing much this season, and when he does, he's been below par massively. I reckon he could stay if they were to get a new manager in, but under the current circumstances at the club, I don't think they will sack Bruce. The fans may want him gone. I can't see it happening. I think they need to get Ryan Fraser out of the door, maybe 15, 20 million pounds to a different club. Lewis has gone for Christian Atsu, another winger, not really playing much this season. I can see where he's coming from with that. But personally, Ryan Fraser, he's definitely got potential. A club would definitely want him. But all the hype for him going to Arsenal and all that, he's definitely not lived up to it at the moment. I think, once again, he's a player that should have been better than he is. He should have held Newcastle above the point that they're at now, but he's not hitting what he should be hitting, so I think he should be leaving. Now we're going to a club that I said in the last video were underachieving. I thought they'd hit some more form, but they lost recently to West Bromwich Albion. Not a good result for them, but they've got a couple of players out injured, and they've got their main striker, Jimenez. Obviously, this is Wolves I'm talking about. Their main striker, Raul Jimenez, is out injured. But they've got a young central midfielder that I think they should send him out on loan, possibly sell him. He's only played 2 games all season, I think 2 games all season in the Premier League. That is Morgan Gibbs-White. Now, they have got Luke Matheson as well, but I don't think he needs to be gone. I think he could be kept, possibly for cup games if they're still in them. But Gibbs-White, once again, could be in the cup. He's 20 years of age, but I reckon he's not going to be played. I reckon you either sell him, get the money, or you send him out on loan to Championship or League One. Same could be said for Matheson once again, but they only bought him not long ago. They could send him out on loan. I'm not disputing that. I think he is out on loan at the minute anyway, so that's why I've gone for Gibbs-White. Now we move on to Palace. Crystal Palace, obviously. They've got some good attacking talent, but I'm not saying they should sell Zaha, even though Zaha would be worth big money and they could need it. I'm going a different route. I'm going for a player that's not really hitting form. He used to be such a good right back. That is Nathaniel Klein. Now, I think Nathaniel Klein should just go out the exit door. I don't know where he'd be going, but I reckon 29 years of age, only played 9 games all season. They've got other right backs. I reckon if you get him out the exit door, gives him a space, gives him some more wage budget to bring someone else in to improve their squad going forward. Lewis has gone for Henderson, the goalkeeper, ex-Pompey. Obviously played 1 game, got injured in it. But he's gone for him. I can see why. Palace don't play him. Palace don't need him. Whether that's a loan deal or a sell Lewis, I don't know. But fair enough. I can see that. Now we move on to Leeds, who've been hitting some... Once again, they've gone into awful form. I keep predicting them to win. But they lost again yesterday to Brighton and Hove Albion. 1-0 at home. But I've gone for a player that currently he is injured, yes. So I feel a bit bad for saying he needs to leave. But that's Tyler Roberts. He's a 22-year-old centre attacking midfielder. He hasn't played much this season. I think he's played 9 games in all competitions this season for Leeds, which isn't great. I think he's definitely good enough for the Championship, possibly a club like Watford, maybe even Swansea. I reckon they should sell him, not even a loan deal. I reckon they should just sell him, get the money for him, move it on, buy someone else, or put that towards a big money signing to get them some goals or get them some assists. Now, Lewis has said Helder Costa should leave. Now, he's definitely a talented player. I don't know where Lewis is coming from with this one. Maybe there's some speculation around him or he's not playing. Obviously, I haven't researched what Lewis said, so there might be some speculation coming around his name. I don't know. But we'll move on now to one of 2 clubs mainly, well, one of 3 that have had their fans slagging off the manager all season, saying he needs to be sacked, needs to be gone. What's he doing? He's ruining our club. That's Arsenal. Now, these 2 players both are not in their squad, their Premier League squads. I've gone for 2 for this one. I think it's the only club I've picked 2 for, but that is Mesut Ozil and Socrates Papastathopoulos. I've definitely pronounced that wrong. But Ozil is on his way to Fenerbahce, I believe, currently. I think Arsenal are going to terminate his contract anyway, so this is why I put 2, because Ozil is basically a guarantee he's gone. But Socrates is another one. He's a good defender. I reckon they need to sell him. If he's not going to be in their squad, he doesn't want to be sat there wasting away on their bench or just sat there and do nothing. Get him off the wage budget, send him to a club that he could play for, France, Italy, just a club out there possibly. Just get him off the wage budget, get some money for him. Lewis has said Shokran Mustafi or David Luiz should be out the exit door. Now I would agree with him. Those two are not very good, but I think the two that aren't in the squad should be. Personally, Luiz and Mustafi both incompetent defenders in my opinion, but that is how it is. Now we move on to the top half of the table with Aston Villa. Now Villa haven't got much squad depth, so I don't want to be getting rid of players that they need. That's why I've not gone for Jack Grealish in this video. Now people may say they should sell him in January, get the money in, but in my opinion they're not going to drop off. I think if they can hold on to Grealish and get a couple of players in, they could push on for Europa League, possibly even 4th. But people will say, oh, they won't get Champions League, there's too many good teams. Leicester did it. That's what I'm going to say. Leicester won the Premier League. But I think they should loan someone out. That's Keenan Davis, the young striker. He's 22 years of age. I think loan deal would be perfect for him. They do have Watkins at the minute. I think they have someone else that could come in as well if needed. But Keenan Davis isn't playing much this season. I think it'd be good for him to get a move to the Championship, get some game time under his belt, get his fitness up, get his confidence up, possibly even go to a high-end Championship club where they could be winning things. Lewis has gone for Tom Heaton. Once again, not playing, bit older. Don't know whether Lewis thinks they should just get rid of him, but I think he's useful to have there as a backup. Maybe you think if they get Martinez injured, who they're going to play in goal for cups, who they're going to play in goal if he's injured. So, I'd keep him at the club. Now we move on to a club that I thought would be much lower than this at this stage. They're not. It's West Ham. Now, I think they should sell this centre-back, not because he's bad, not because he's not necessarily playing. He's not played many this season, but his market value at the minute is 29 million. I think it's a Diop who I'm talking about. They should sell him. He's 24 years of age. He's a centre-back. He's played 4 games all season, but as I said, he's worth 29 million. West Ham could do with that money to put it towards a new striker on top of the money they got from Haller. I was going to say Haller, but he's obviously now gone to Ajax. So you think of that, if you put those two together, that's 50 odd, 60 odd million they could spend on a new striker to replace Haller, get some goals in. And I think Diop would be the perfect player to sell to get that money in, because their defence is tight at the moment. Lewis has said they should get rid of Martin David to retire. I don't know who that is. Sorry if he's not actually a player. Lewis, I don't know whether you wrote down Martin, the keeper, or if there is actually a player called Martin David. I can't remember. Don't know West Ham that well, so I apologise for that one. Let me know in the comments, Lewis, what you did mean. And once again, while I'm talking about it, anyone who's here, let me know in the comments who you think each club should be selling, who each club should possibly be buying, as the previous video said, who you would, if you were a Premier League owner, who you'd get rid of your club. Now we move on to our biggest rivals, that's Southampton. Lewis didn't chip in for this one, but I've picked a player not to sell him, but I think this player needs to go out to play a bit, because he's only played 1 game all season. That is Michael Obafemi, very talented youngster. He's only 20 years of age, he's a striker. I reckon they should send him out on loan to the Championship or Europe just to get some experience in, get him playing football, scoring some goals possibly down there. Just confidence mainly, that's what these young players need. They need to be playing, and under Ings he's not going to play at the minute. Didn't play yesterday against Leicester. Che Adams was there as well, so I think for his career's sake he needs to be going and leaving. Now we move on to the second of the 3 clubs where the fans were in meltdown this season, that is Chelsea. This player has only played 90 minutes all season in 2 separate games. That is Emerson, the left back. He's 26 years of age, and I think Chelsea should be selling him or sacking him, because you need the wage budget more than anything this year. They need to get players in now to push on to get that European place they so desperately need. Emerson's not playing. They have like 3 left backs better than him. I think get him gone. Lewis once again said Emerson, but he also said Kepa. I'm not going to disagree. Kepa, they spent way too much for him. And obviously, you're thinking if they can get some money in, even if they're going to take a net loss on him, if they can get 40 million for him, which they probably wouldn't get anyway, then they'd be over the moon, get someone else in. Now we move on to I think this is now European places nearly. This is Spurs. Spurs hold 6th position in the Premier League as it stands. Obviously, Liverpool, Man United still to play. Spurs have just played, they've just won. A couple of other teams still to play. But I think A player not playing, a player that used to be so good. Danny Rose should leave. He's 30 years of age. He's a left back, not playing for the club. They've now, especially after they got their new left back from Real Madrid in, I've forgotten his name again, Serge Reguilon. They've got him in. Very good, talented left back. They've also got some backups there. I think for the purpose of his career, for the club, they should be selling him, get some money, possibly to a club like Newcastle. That'd be the best way for him to go. Lewis says they should get rid of Gazzaniga or Dele Alli. Now, Dele Alli's already been linked with PSG. Could be done. Let me know if you think it will be done. But also Gazzaniga, I wouldn't get rid of him. They've only got two keepers at the club currently that are that standard, Lloris and then Gazzaniga. He did a good job last season, but currently not playing. Now we're into the top 5 in the Premier League. Everton hold 5th position. Now I've gone for a player, once again, not playing, John Joe Kenny. He's got so much potential. This could be a loan deal, this could be sell him, but he's only 23 years of age. He's a right back. Now he's getting on a bit. He did burst through at Everton. I think sell him to either a low-end Premier League or a high-end Championship club, or just even to loan him, get him some experience in. It could help them in the future when they could need him. Lewis has said they should get rid of Mohamed Besic or Yannick Bolasie. Both players not playing at the moment. Apparently, Bolasie definitely talented, definitely needs to be there, but he's not. Now into the Champions League spaces. We start off with Manchester City, who have probably the best squad in the league, man for man. I've gone for a player that's not in that squad, or he's not in their matchday squad anyway. That's Felix Nemecha. Now, he's not been featured much. I think Nemecha needs to leave on a loan deal to the Championship, or even to go to Bundesliga like Sancho did, just to sell him out there. He's 20 years of age. He's a midfielder. Could be a brilliant move for him. Lewis said Benjamin Mendy, but with a question mark, because he's not really sure who they could get rid of. Mendy, that I'm guessing he's saying that to get the money and get someone else, but I'm not sure. Move on to the champions. I've got the kit up here as they were the champions. That is Liverpool Football Club. Now, I've gone for a player that Liverpool fans won't want to get rid of him, but that's Bobby Firmino. Now, as much as he's a very talented player, he's not getting any younger. He's 29 years of age now, and he's not been hitting what he should be at recently. I know he's been better this season. He's actually scoring and assisting now, but now you've got Jota in. If you could sell Firmino for 40, 50 million pounds, you can get someone else in, or you can get someone to build the centre backs. You can get someone to replace other people around. I just think Firmino is his time to leave Liverpool. Maybe not in January, it could be in the summer instead, but I've got to pick someone. Couldn't find anyone else. You could make a statement for Ben Woodburn to leave, but he's currently on loan at Blackpool. So Lewis has said Oxlade-Chamberlain. Once again, not playing, but he has been injured a lot. Whether that's a move to the Championship he needs, I don't know. But the top 2 now, and Leicester moved into it last night with a 2-0 win over Southampton. They've got a very, very good squad for where they are, for the club size. I'm going for a player that has only played 4 games all season. That is the centre-back Daniel Amati. Now, he's definitely good, don't get me wrong. He's 26 years of age, he's powerful, but I don't think there's any getting past Ciencio and Evans. As much as Evans is ageing, Wes Morgan's still there if they need him. I think get the money for Amati, spend it on somewhere else, or keep the money in, but I don't think they need him anymore. Lewis has said they should get rid of Damari Gray or Hazma Chowdhury on a loan deal. Once again, not going to disagree with him. Damari Gray, get some money in for him. He's not getting played. Harvey Barnes currently is. Chowdhury is playing a bit more often now, but once again, if it's a loan deal, why not? Get him some minutes. Now we move on to the club where I've got the most interference from other people here. I've got 2 extra people coming in and chipping in. I've got a Man United fan, Ben, who's texted me. He said who he thinks he'd get rid of. They're top of the league currently, but will that stay after today's game? I don't know. Obviously, recorded before the game. I said he should be going to Sheffield United on loan. This is Jesse Lingard. I think he should leave. Whether it's on a loan, whether it's a selling deal, I don't know. But he's 28 years of age. Oh, maybe 26. I don't know what I've written down. He's a centre attacking midfielder. I think it's his time at the club's either done, or he needs a new experience. He needs somewhere to go, get the pressure off him, get playing football again without the pressure of playing for possibly what is the biggest club in England. Now, Lewis has said there's a couple of players here. He said they could get rid of Romero, they could get rid of Brandon Williams on a loan deal, could get rid of Lingard or Pogba. Now, Romero is saying they don't need him really anymore. They've got Dean Henderson there, they've got David De Gea. Once again, I'll agree with him. They don't need Romero. Brandon Williams on a loan deal, fair enough. Get him some experience. Jesse Lingard agrees with me. Yep, I can't say anything about that. I've already talked. And then Pogba. Now, Pogba's a big one, because I reckon Lewis has said this because the big money could be calling, because he's been on form massively recently. I reckon you could now get £45 million for him. You're never going to get the figures up there like you did when they bought him, but I reckon you could get £45-50 million for him currently. Sell him on, get some money in, improve the squad. I'm not saying they will sell him. That's what Lewis has said. Now, Ben, our Manchester United fan, has said they should sell Rojo, Jones, not Reece James, Daniel James on a loan deal, and Bishop on a loan deal. I don't know who Bishop is, but I can tell you about the other three. Marcus Rojo doesn't play, fair enough. Phil Jones, he's not talented, fair enough. And Daniel James on a loan deal, once again, fair enough. I think he needs minutes. And he's still young. Get him out to Swansea again, possibly on loan. It'd do him wonders. Jones, sell him somewhere, wherever it be, just sell him. And then Marcus Rojo, yeah, sell him. That's where the video ends. Obviously, we've gone through all 20 teams. I've talked about what I think. Lewis talked about what he thinks. Please let me know in the comments who you think each team needs to sell, or what you think your team needs to sell. Please, 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 I say it all the time, please subscribe. It means so much to me and my goals. And leave a like on this video. Once again, 15 likes. Can it be done? I will see you in the next one. We're doing daily videos. I'll see you tomorrow.